Oh, everybody, it's me again. Excuse the days. So, today I'm just gonna talk about Kinder Missing Link. Actually, maybe not just Kinder Missing Link, I'm just gonna talk about the entirety of the series itself. Not as a whole, but as like, I think as a whole, I think it's much better. Because with that, I think it gonna tell a bigger picture. I think for the story, not for the story, for the game, for the series. So before everything, right? This is all my thought. It's not gonna like be 100% 100% like confirm or anything. This is just my own thought about the series itself. So with that said, right, I want to talk about the death of the missing link. I think missing link itself, right, is one of the crucial part of the series itself. But now it's that we basically, well, some people know about the story, but we basically will not know like the conclusion of the story. So first thing first, let's talk about the death of the game. I one of the few people that legitly glad it didn't come to market. Why? First and foremost, because it's a gacha game. Second thing, Square Enix MTX, right, microtransaction really sucks. They really doesn't what do you call? They really doesn't give a chance actually with their microtransaction. It's really pricey. I even though I want to know everything about the missing connection between the lost era, okay. I don't know why I'm trying to like being sophisticated about it, but I digress. So let me just refresh everyone's mind about the missing link, right? So it basically tell a story after the era of Union Cross, which is a forgotten era. So basically, everyone doesn't know about the story. So which is on that quote unquote little synopsis legitly intriguing. But the problem is, okay, the first problem for this game, right? It is ꭗerinth. So what I want to say is basically that if the live service end, the game is died. The game is like basically you have no access to it anymore. And it's I'm sorry, I'm like legitly burping here and now. So basically, it's a problem because Kingdom Hearts is one of the series that legitly need understanding, like deeper understanding of its story. And you know what prevent that from being known? Yeah, the end of the live service. So I legitly glad this game doesn't came out as what they intend to do with the game itself. The next thing is I've okay, I didn't like dive in too much into the leaks, right? And let me say, I will not say anything about the leaks because I don't want to get into trouble. Because basically the missing link steal their property, ꭗerinth property. So if I say anything about it, I might get in trouble with it. What I want to say is not like deep rooted, I guess, deep rooted within the league, but it's like have a connection to the leagues. There's like a chunk of the story of the game that basically done. And let's not forget, this game is like in development for 5 years. 5 years? 2019, 2018, I guess. 6, 7 years. And which is funny actually, and it's just die like that. Okay, the story is like one of the better prequel, I guess you wanna say, because Missing Link is basically prequel for KH4. If you want to believe or not, Kingdom Hearts have too many prequels, so I don't know like the origin of the origin, right? But I think UX is the like quote unquote the origin of origin. No X key. UX is the projection of the thing. You get what I mean actually. Basically, Kingdom Hearts is complicated without any of its story. Any of the what do you call pinpoint. Nah, I'm not gonna like continue that point actually. It's, you know what I mean. Kingdom Hearts is so complicated without that. But so having this game, having Missing Link died as a game, I propose, right, if like ever KH people gonna watch this, right, I propose you guys make a movie about it, and not just make it like a movie, one time only movie like you did with the King Kingsleaf Kingleaf. Make it like Persona 3. It have multiple chapters. With that, you have like many chance to tell a story, and also like basically like cash grab everybody else. So I think like because the reason why I say it's a movie, right? Like I'm not talking about like back cover movie, like literally movie that you can watch on big screen. The reason why I'm suggesting it become a movie because KH one of the series that have a potential like a video game movie, because it have like not just Square Enix property on it. It have like Disney properties that like can basically help the selling uh selling point of the movie itself. And also because it's have like relation to Disney, right, people gonna like try to see it, and like it gonna increase the audience for the series itself. So it's basically like killing a bird with a stone, I guess, because like many people like kind of jump to this Kingdom Hearts, right? But many people like think the story is like so complicated. But if you guys make a movie, maybe people like that, oh, I don't have to play the game to know the story, right? To know this, like what Kingdom Hearts is about. So basically, you can like have like people that legitly want to try Kingdom Hearts, but doesn't have like a, doesn't want to play the game. So after maybe you can like convert them into your players after that. And okay, and also right, do that with UX too. Key, key, Unchained Key and Union Cross. I literally forget because I just use Union Cross. I like Unchained Key naming actually, by the way. Nomura, I don't know why you. I'm sorry. Nomura-san, I don't know why you change it. to Union Cross. I get it, but Unchained Key is much better naming. So yeah, having it on a different platform, right? Gonna help you leverage the workload, I guess, for the game. Let's say that you have like the movie, the like animation studio here, and the other one is the game studio. So the game studio can do that their thing. So basically, like let's say KH4 and like the missing link, right? It basically like that, actually, honestly speaking. But I digress. But let's say like they're planning missing link to be a movie, right? So the KH4 have like more developer working on it. It's gonna like release faster. And the movie, if like let's say right, it's gonna release before KH4, right? This is hypothetical. Uh, what do you call? Hypothetical saying. Sorry, I don't. I legitly like my brain is like fried right now. So let's say they want to make missing link movie. The movie came out first, and you KH4 like follow after. It doesn't have like take a year to finish the what do you call the gap between the series. So let's say animation take like 2 years to finish, right? Let's say. So after the animation done, let's say like Cash 4, because Cash 4 like basically have all the proper all the asset from Cash 3, right? It's gonna like finish. Let's say it's begin in 2020. I legitly don't remember the roadmap for Cash 4 actually, honestly speaking. Let's say it start at 2020, right? And if Square like basically allocate everything, every people, every developer into Cache 3, Cache 4, and have the animation team on the movie side, right? The gap between those two gonna be like much closer because people doesn't need to like play Union Cross. Sorry, Missing Link to know the story. They can basically like have 5 hours, yes. No, 5 hours. Let's say like each story, each film have 2 hour of runtime, right? And because Nomura like its cryptic number, let's say like five part of the movie of Missing Link. So basically, you have like 10 hour of the 10 hour of the runtime of the movie, right? So basically, let's say after the movie, like 2 months before the release of KH2, they can just make a disc, a Blu-ray disc, okay, that came with the KH4 of Missing Link, right? And it's basically like quote unquote complete edition of, no complete edition, like collected edition of Missing Link and KH4. That solved the problem of people like legitly need to like sift through every single dialogue and gameplay before the cache for release. And they also have like more people working on the game itself rather than the what they call the currently what they do right with the cache for. They separated both a team into two developing a game. Like I don't know how movie works actually, honestly speaking. I know how game development work, but because like they have like different team, I think okay. I'm sorry if I like legally don't know it, but the programming side on gaming it's much harder because they really legitly need to debug every single thing that really being added, right? While on the movie side, they basically can just program a walk cycle, so it's much easier to like debug the walk cycle and everything rather than like the player input. If player do this, what if that thingy on the game side? So they can release like a legitly cohesive experience of story, I guess, storytelling for Kish. And I legitly wish they gonna do that from now on. I don't mind if like Missing Link gonna be another spin off in the Kinderhead series. I don't mind that, honestly speaking. But I think they need to what they call think about the big release they gonna do, because KH4 is basically the big release, right, rather than Missing Link. So okay, I'm sorry, I don't want. I need them to focus on the big release rather than like the like spin-off title. The spin-off title, they can like give it to another team, like they did with Richin, right? Richin. I think this also have different team. This recode. Yeah. So basically, having a quote-unquote movie eliminates that. I think not that eliminate, basically like reduce that to like 80%, I guess. Like I say, I don't know how movie works nowadays, but it's gonna increase the workload on the game itself. And it's gonna like decrease the workload, and with the decreased workload, it's gonna like make the game much more fast to release. Okay, the other thing like I want to talk about like, KH as a whole. I really wish with the death of the missing lady, right, they can like refine more thing on KH4, because KH3 is a letdown for me. I'm sorry, like people that like KH4, yeah, KH3, sorry. I don't think the story of KH3 hit for me. Like it hit, but it also have a miss point. You know what? I don't know like how to explain it like in depth, right? But it feel like KH3 have some fragment that can fit into the story bit. That is the best that I can that I can like put a word on it. So like I don't mind if the game came out after 30 years. Oh, I don't know why I'm pausing there. Like it just hit me that time. Yeah, but I don't mind if it need to take like 3 years. But I legitly want them to like polish the storytelling. I don't have a problem in the gameplay part for any case actually. I like every single of the gameplay in the KH3, KH series. If I want to say the bad one is like KH1, but because they're still figuring stuff out for KH1. Other than that, like I don't have any problem. Just even like I think like KH3 is a upgrade from every single KH. Right, like I don't have any problem with the gameplay on KH3, but the story is just a letdown for me. So I want them to like try to polish more. I know the reason why like uh they have like a fragmented like story beat. For me, this is my like I say early on the stream, right? This is the speculation. One of the reason why is the time crunch. they want to release KH3 as fast as they could. Two, there's like introversion uh, for Disney in this in development with Disney. I think it's like I don't think like people didn't realize it, but it's apparent on Arendelle actually. So I don't want to say anymore because I literally doesn't know. This is like speculation on my part. But KH3 have a basically I don't want to say development hell, right? But it feel like that. So I legitly wish they take more time on casual and wish the death of missing link. There is a few things they should be able to do. Like okay, one of the thing like I don't like about KH there is there's kind of filler actually between the gameplay, not the gameplay, the story bit. It's fine for most of the part, but there's like sometimes if it too much, it's not really good because let's not forget, right? This is not like a storybook, not a movie, not a what do you call? Not a I don't know what is that, but it's like I say, right? It have like a missing story beat because it's try to be like both, like a game and story heavy, a story, right? There is a game that can do that. I think like let me say, case one, case two, case three. I think like Birth by Sleep did that very well actually. But KH3, even though it's like basically like the predecessor, yes, yes, predecessor. No, no, BBS the predecessor of KH3. Okay, even though it's the BBS like older, it do think much better than KH3 on the story side. While being like, I'm not saying like all KH have a what they call not good storytelling, but most of them have like because I don't know. There is like a part that for me, right? That's like basically they try to like feed the story and gameplay too much, and it sometimes doesn't work. And with KH3, I think most of the story it have like the missing story bit because of that. Like that, let be clear. This is my only my like observation and like my feeling. I don't think like it's like what they intend. But yeah, that is the thing that I don't like about KH3. So I want to talk about it. Like I don't know how they're gonna fix that. Like I've seen video right that say like that Nomura is not a competent writer. I don't think he is actually like I think he is a competent storyteller. But the problem is because this is game, there's many part they like have to cut, have to like fit into the game and fit into the gameplay. That is why I propose like some subtitle, like let's say like missing link, right? to be its own movie rather than game. With that, the story will be fleshed out even more rather than a game. So like I say, legitly want to have a better storytelling in KH4 with the death of the missing link, and while have a better storytelling, it can integrate into the gameplay much better than it was for the other title in the series. Yeah, I'm sorry, like it's I'm I'm like legitly passionate about like game creation and everything. And Cash is one of the series that I legitly like. And seeing that they try so much, I don't think like they try so much to ruin that. I think it's just, well, it's the upper echelon, right, in the company. But they like the magic of KH is basically disappearing. And I don't want that. I like this series because of its magic. And I wish KH4 like recapture that. So that's all what I wanna talk about. I'm sorry, it's just if this is just sound like a rambling of a crazy person, but I legitimately like this series, and having one of the game died, we like this game have like a long development years actually. It have like 5 or 6 years of in development, and it just died like that. But I wish like Square Enix can take this lesson and learn that I don't think KH series fan want a gacha game. They want a compelling series, which is Kinder is actually, and make it into like a plausible experience. And it's for past few years it is until the what do you call the release of UX. There's many people that cannot experience UX anymore because the game is dead. The live service ended. So people only can just go into YouTube and watch rather than experience for themselves. So that's why I'm really legitly glad that this game died because it can be like shaped into new form, either a movie or like full a single player game, which I think most people gonna be like excited for if this if Missing Link become a single player game. Oh yeah, there is one thing I also want to talk about it actually. Uh, and I forgot about it. Maybe if I remember, gonna like tweet it or something. But yeah, I think for now that's all what I'm gonna talk about. And I don't know if I like will talk about anything like this in the future. Maybe I will, depend on the topics. But because it's one of the anticipated title that I have in mind, and it just that, so I think I need to talk about it. And I'm sorry if like my it's like legitly late here. It's not like late, but my brain just cannot compute compute, and I don't want to make a video, which is because like I'm lazy. Yeah, like my PC is not really that good for making a video of me renting and having to edit stuff inside the video editor, right? No, I'm not gonna do that. Wait, I get like let me like remember what I gonna talk about actually. Oh yeah, okay. So if this game, okay, if this game ever like release right in the in its intended form, like the gacha version, right? I w- I wish Square gonna like make people able to archive the game itself, which is the thing that we need for every single KH thing, KH game, because KH is like heavily story oriented uh, series. So if you doesn't know one part of a story, you basically will not know everything, and the payoff of the story not gonna hit hard. You know what I mean? Let's say like you play KH3, but you didn't play this. The moment that you see Roxas and the other three, you will not feel the impact. That is the thing I'm saying about. So having uh, Missing Link as a spin-off or a movie, you basically can like quote unquote archive the story of uh, Missing Link. I don't want it to be like Union Cross. Union Cross have a worse thing on it actually. The storytelling. It need like you need to finish like 100 or 200 quests before you can catch a slight glimpse of a storytelling. Man, I don't like UX that much. Even I think Key have like a better flow of story. I forgot like the game came in 2013 basically. It's almost it is 10 years actually. Wow, it's already 10 years for Key. Wow. Yeah, it's like 12, but it doesn't matter now. But yeah, I legitimately wish Square gonna fix uh, their management on Kindred series. Yeah, that's all for me, I guess. So thank you for tuning in, guys, and thank you for hearing me rambling about the game series that I like. So bye bye. See you next time. Wah.